Let's be real for a second, like brutally honest. You ever sit there scrolling on your phone, watching other people win, chase their goals, put in the work, and somewhere deep inside, something whispers, why can't I be like that? And then comes that thought, maybe I'm just lazy. Stop right there. That word, lazy, has been haunting too many people. And I'm here to tell you the truth. You're not lazy. You've just been lied to over and over again by people who don't know your struggle, by your own past mistakes, by your tired mind that's overwhelmed, not unmotivated. Laziness is not your identity. It's a mask you put on when life gets too loud and you stop believing in yourself. You start calling yourself lazy after you've tried and failed, after the world told you you're too slow or you're not good enough, after your plans fell through, your energy crashed, your spark dimmed. But here's the truth. Laziness is just fear in disguise. Fear of failing, fear of not being perfect, fear of trying again and getting the same result. You call it laziness, but maybe it's just sadness. Maybe it's a buildup of disappointment that made you sit down and never get back up. Maybe life hit you hard, and you forgot what it felt like to fight. But listen to me. That fight, it's still in you. You don't need to feel it. You don't need to want it every day. You just need to remember who the hell you are and what you're capable of when you stop believing the lie. Laziness is not your truth. It's the prison that your thoughts have built, one you can walk out of at any time. You want proof? Think of every time you were fired up, every time you stayed up late working on something you cared about, every time you pushed through tiredness because it mattered. That wasn't motivation. That wasn't luck. That was you, the real you. And that version of you, still there, still ready. But first, you have to let go of this idea that you're too lazy to start, too lazy to commit, too lazy to be consistent. Because it's not about being lazy. It's about being disconnected from your purpose. When you don't know why you're doing something, when there's no meaning, even getting out of bed feels impossible. But when you reconnect with what matters to you, even on the hardest days, you rise. So let's kill that lie right now. The one that says you'll never be disciplined. The one that says you're too weak. The one that says you're not built for this, because you are built for this. You've just been asleep, distracted, chained to comfort. You don't need more motivation. You need a reason to stop wasting your time. Let's be real. How much longer are you going to keep waiting? Waiting for the right moment? Waiting to feel ready? Waiting for someone to believe in you before you start believing in yourself? You're running out of later. Today is your moment. Right now, this second, is a first step. You might not feel strong. That's okay. You might feel heavy. That's okay too. Just don't let those feelings define you. Because guess what? The most powerful people you look up to, they feel lazy too. They feel unmotivated. But they don't live there. They push through it. They get up when it's easier to stay down. And you can too. The lie ends here. You're not lazy. You're not unworthy. You're not weak. You're powerful. You're capable. You're a fighter that's just been waiting for the bell to ring again. Well, guess what? It just rang. Let's go. Let me say this straight, loud and clear. You are too powerful to stay stuck. You might not feel that way right now. You might feel tired, unmotivated, confused, like life has you in a headlock, and you don't even know which direction is forward anymore. But I'm telling you, this is not where your story ends. It's where it begins. You see, stuck is a state, not a sentence, not a personality trait. You can be stuck right now and still be the most determined person in the room. You can feel stuck and still be seconds away from a breakthrough if you choose not to stay there. People act like being stuck means you're broken, or weak, or lazy. But no, being stuck means you're human. It means you care. It means you want more, but don't know how to get there yet. And guess what? That wanting more is your power. That restlessness, that's fuel. That uncomfortable pressure building inside you, that's your fire begging to be set free. You don't get fire without friction. You don't grow without resistance. And sometimes that stuck feeling, that frustration, it's not a wall. It's a signal. It's life saying, wake up, move, This is your final form. Now hear this. You were not made to live on autopilot. You were not born to wake up, scroll, eat, waste time, sleep, repeat. There's something in you that's been trying to come alive. That dream you buried, that strength you haven't touched in years, that version of you who keeps whispering, "We could do better than this." They're still in there, still waiting, still possible. You're not stuck because you lack potential. You're stuck because somewhere along the way, you stopped believing in it. You got hurt. You got tired. You let the opinions of people who don't even know your heart dim your light. But your light, it's not gone. It's buried. It's quiet. But it's still there. And now, it's time to turn it all the way back on. Because you are too powerful to stay stuck in excuses, in comfort zones, in habits that don't reflect your greatness. You've already survived things that should have broken you. You've made it through storms people don't even know you've been through. And you're still standing. That alone tells me something. You're stronger than you think. You're tougher than your doubts. And you're braver than your fear. So what's stopping you? The world? Nah. The haters? They're watching, not helping. Your circumstances? Temporary. Your past? Already happened. The only thing standing in the way now is you. And that's good news. Because that means you get to change it. You don't need permission. You don't need anyone's approval. You just need to choose differently. Act differently. Even if it's one tiny step at a time. You don't have to flip your whole life upside down overnight. You just have to stop pretending you're powerless when you're not. Start small. Start messy. Start scared. But start. Because staying stuck, that's not your destiny. That's not who you are. You're a mover, a fighter, a doer, a builder. You've got goals inside of you that are screaming to be set free. You got strength that's never been tapped into because you've been distracted by doubt. But not anymore. Not after today. This is a part where it changes. Where you decide, I'm not living like this anymore. Where you stop watching your life from the sidelines and start stepping into the driver's seat. Because you are too powerful to keep living small. Too powerful to keep shrinking yourself for other people's comfort. Too powerful to keep letting comfort win over your calling. You are capable of insane things. And all it takes is one shift, one action, one choice. No one's coming to drag you out of the rut, but you can climb out. And you will, because deep down you know this stuck feeling, it's just the beginning of your comeback. Let's go. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need all the answers. You don't need the right timing, the perfect setup, or anyone's permission. You just need to start where you stand. Right now, as you are, with what you've got. Too many people wait. They wait for motivation to hit. They wait for Monday, or next month, or when life calms down. They keep saying, I'll start when I feel ready. But truth is, that feeling rarely comes. Because progress doesn't begin with confidence. It begins with movement. Clarity comes from action. Not thinking, not planning, not waiting. It comes from putting one foot in front of the other. Even when you don't feel like it, even when you're unsure, even when your legs are shaking. You see, the gap between who you are and who you want to be isn't crossed with one giant leap. It's crossed with tiny, consistent steps. And those steps, they begin right here, where you are, as messy and unpolished as that might feel. Don't wait to become better. Before you begin, the gym doesn't expect you to show up fit. The business doesn't expect you to already be rich. And your dreams, they're not asking you to be perfect. They're asking you to be present. Start with 5 minutes. Start with a walk. Start with the hard conversation. Start with the small promise to yourself that you're done quitting on you. Because here's the truth. Starting is the hardest part. Not because you can't do it, but because your mind loves comfort. And stepping forward, that threatens comfort. It threatens a routine. It threatens the excuses. It threatens a story you've told yourself for years about who you are and what you can't do. But the moment you take that first real step, that moment everything starts to shift. You're not just doing something new. You're becoming someone new. The person who takes control. The person who doesn't wait to be saved. The person who shows up when it's hard. Not because they feel like it, but because they decided they were done playing small. And listen, you might stumble, you might fall, you might look awkward, or even fail a few times. But so what? Nobody starts off a master. Nobody shows up day one with it all figured out. The difference between people who talk about change and people who live it is that second group took that first uncomfortable step while the others stayed waiting. And maybe you've waited long enough. Maybe this is your moment to stop thinking about what you could be and start becoming it. To stop comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. To stop letting fear write the script of your life. You've got what you need, not in your bank account, not in your social media feed, not in someone else's validation, but inside you. The grit, the hunger, the potential. It's already there, and it's been waiting on you to trust it. So start messy, start small, start with a whisper if you can't scream yet, but start. The road ahead, it won't always be easy, but standing still, that's a guaranteed dead end. You were not born to be stuck in pause mode. You were not born to watch your life go by while you scroll through everyone else's. This is your moment. This is your life. And you don't need to have it all together to begin. You just need to show up for yourself today with what you've got. Because when you start where you stand, you prove to yourself and to the world that you are done waiting for change. You are becoming the change. Let the journey begin. Let's keep it real. If you only did things when you felt like doing them, you wouldn't get very far. Most people are slaves to their feelings. They say stuff like, I just don't feel motivated today. Or, I'll wait until I'm in the right mood. And days go by, then weeks, then years, and nothing changes. But discipline doesn't care how you feel. Discipline shows up anyway. When you're tired, discipline laces up your shoes. When you're bored, discipline keeps pushing. When you're not seeing results yet, discipline says, keep going anyway. Because here's the truth nobody really wants to say out loud. Your feelings are liars. They'll tell you to rest when you haven't earned it. They'll convince you that you're not good enough or that it's too late. They'll whisper excuses that feel real but lead nowhere. But discipline tells the truth. Discipline says, I may not feel like it, but I've got goals to hit. I'm not in the mood, but my dreams still matter. I'm showing up because the person I want to become is worth fighting for. That's what separates average from elite. Feelings follow habits, not the other way around. You think athletes always want to train? You think writers always want to write? You think successful people always feel like grinding? No, but they've trained their minds to value the mission more than the mood. And you can too. You've got goals. You've got dreams. You got that fire in you, even if it's just an ember right now. But fire doesn't grow with comfort. It grows with consistency. And consistency is born from discipline. So next time your mind says, let's skip it today, answer back with, we're doing it anyway. Even if it's just 10 push-ups. Even if it's writing one paragraph. Even if it's making that one call. That's how discipline wins. Small, daily victories. Over and over again. And guess what? Every time you choose discipline over feelings, you build mental muscle. You become someone who doesn't need to feel ready. You just are ready. Because readiness isn't a feeling, it's a decision. So if you're tired of starting over, stop quitting when it's hard. Stop waiting to want it. Start doing it. Because you deserve the life you're dreaming about. Let feelings be passengers, not drivers. Discipline is the wheel now. You've got this. Let's just say it how it is. Excuses are lies we sell to ourselves to feel better about doing nothing. Yeah, it stings a little. But sometimes the truth needs to sting. Because it wakes us up. We've all made them. I'm too tired. I don't have time. I'll start next week. I'm just not built for that. But here's the cold reality. Excuses don't protect your potential. They kill it. Every time you choose an excuse over action, you're giving away your power. Every time you say, not today, the clock still ticks. You're not pausing life. You're just letting it pass. And one day, you'll look up and realize all the time you thought you were waiting was actually wasting. Let that hit. You see, time is the one thing you never get back. You can lose money and make more. You can lose things and replace them. But time, once it's gone for good. And every excuse you make is like throwing away a piece of that time. Gone. Just like that. Now listen, I'm not saying life is easy. I'm not saying you don't have real obstacles. But I am saying this. You are bigger than your excuses. Because no matter how valid your excuse feels, there's someone out there in the same situation, or worse, who's finding a way anyway. And if they can, so can you. Start owning your minutes. Start owning your mornings. Start owning your energy. Because your excuses won't build your future. Your effort will. And no, you don't need to make massive changes all at once. But you do need to stop lying to yourself. Tell yourself the truth. You could wake up earlier. You could put the phone down. You could stop scrolling and start building. The question is, will you? Because that's the turning point. That's the moment laziness dies. Not when you have more motivation. But when you stop letting yourself off the hook. It's not about being perfect. It's about being honest with yourself. So the next time your brain starts tossing out excuses like candy, stop and say, not today. I've got goals. I've got a life to build. No more, maybe tomorrow. No more, I can't. Start saying, I'm figuring it out. Because the truth is, your future self is counting on you to show up today. Not next week. Not next month. Right now. And the more you show up, the less room there is for excuses to live. You've got one life. Don't let excuses steal it from you. You want to know the difference between someone who talks about change and someone who actually changes? Action. That's it. Not talent. Not luck. Not motivation that magically appears out of nowhere. Just action. Consistent, imperfect, relentless action. You probably told yourself 1,000 times, I'll do it when I'm ready. But let's be real. That version of ready you're waiting on, it doesn't exist. There's no perfect day. There's no magical moment. There's just now. And in this moment, you have a choice, stay the same or take the step. It doesn't matter how small it is. Get up and walk for 10 minutes. Open your laptop and start writing the first line. Say no to the junk food just once. Turn off the show and do 10 push-ups. It doesn't have to be impressive. It just has to be done. Because the people who build something real, something meaningful, they're not superhuman. They just keep moving. They don't wait to feel like it. They just show up. Action is what builds belief. You don't wait until you believe in yourself to take action. You take action, and belief shows up afterward. Let that sink in. Your confidence, it grows from proof. And proof comes from doing. It's time to stop overthinking every step. It's time to stop being scared of failing. You know what's scarier? Waking up 5 years from now and realizing you're in the exact same place. Don't be that person. Be the person who starts. Be the person who tries even when it's hard. Be the person who falls and gets back up. Be the person who takes action, no matter what. Your habits are shaping you every single day, whether you realize it or not. So why not shape yourself into someone who's unstoppable? Someone who doesn't just dream, but builds. Someone who doesn't just wish, but works. Someone who doesn't talk about what they're going to do, but becomes the proof. Listen, you don't have to have it all figured out. You just need to be the one who shows up. So stop asking if you're ready. Stop looking for signs. The sign is this, you, right here, reading this, breathing, alive, capable, powerful. It's in you already. So take the step, do the thing, write the email, go for the run, make the call, wake up earlier, say yes to your goals and no to your excuses. Because action turns the invisible into reality. And when you choose to act over and over again, you become someone the old you only dreamed of being. So today, right now, become the person who takes action. Because that person, that version of you, they win. This isn't a movie. This isn't a rehearsal. This is your life. So stop watching other people become something. It's your turn. You've got everything you need inside of you already. The hunger, the fire, the drive. But it only lights up when you move. When you show up, even if it's messy, even if it's slow, even if you're scared, you were never lazy. You were just waiting for the reminder. Now you've got it. So kill the laziness. Rise, start, and don't stop.